Good morning, y'all. Welcome to the Hagen Homestead. My name is Brittany, and I wanted to shoot a very short but very to the point video on how we grow, I wouldn't say like the majority, but a lot of our own food on a small scale homestead. Now here in Southeast Texas, we have 0.73 of an acre. Not a lot of land. People are shocked at how much we do on this little bit of land, but it's ours right now. This is what we have, with the hopes of expanding in years to come. We would like to get more acreage to raise more animals, but this is what we got and we're working it. We nook and cranny this property. So first stop is our meat birds. They are just a few days old, and we've got 104 little babies in here. So what we've got at the back of our property is an old shed that we have turned into a brooder. This is also where we store all of our feed. Justin sectioned off, I guess, maybe a third of this shed for the brooder. For those of y'all that watched us bring home the chicks, the little chick that Justin accidentally squished, it made it. It's still alive. You would recommend people that have less land to do the Cornish cross, correct? Rather than the Freedom Rangers, just because of less moving?
I guess, but I would also just start off smaller. We started off with 50.
I think we actually started off with 25.
That might have been right. 25 and then 50, and then we went up to 100. And that's where we've been at. I find it's why I let the grass grow a little bit longer. I'll cut it, and I'll probably cut it sometime next week at a higher level, but because it's kind of pushing our land at 100. So just because now we also have the pig, and we used to use that part of the land as well for chickens, and we don't have that now. So
next on to feeding pancetta. This is our food scraps. And then what is that?
That's raw milk from our raw milk guy. He gave me a bunch of extra that he had fermenting. It doesn't really spoil, y'all. It starts to ferment because it's raw. It has enzymes and bacteria in it. So it's not, we may not like it, but our pig, she's in hog heaven when she has it.
It can get out though.
It's almost time to switch to a bigger water. I'm gonna let this soap ferment. Put this back on. I need to get a small bucket and soak some of their feed in this milk. I want to do that for them as well, because they'll love it too.
We leave our chicks in here for about 3 weeks, and then they'll move out to here. Like Justin said, we're letting the grass grow a little bit before he cuts it, and they move to these Siskovich tractors,
Which I have to fix.
which he has to fix. We actually run the chickens from Panchetta's pen all the way through here and then up to the gardens. Roughly, this is about 150 by 50 piece of land. So that's just for where we run the birds. That is why we do Cornish cross, one of the reasons. Just so, since we don't have that much land. And we have 2 of the Siskovich tractors, and that is how we move them on here. They get a new plot of grass each day. Sometimes when they're bigger, they get moved twice a day. This is Panchetta's run. And see, she has made herself at home. So right now we only have one pig. This is our first time ever having a pig, so we decided to try just one. I do realize that, you know, a lot of people say at least have two. Y'all. Justin's trying to get her pan. And it's going to be really loud over here. As far as our egg layers and ducks, they have an enclosed run. Occasionally we let them out to free range, but not tremendously often.
Ooh, that soaked up a lot of milk.
We have gotten a lot of rain. We did put wood chips in here, we just haven't spread them out yet, so that's why there's standing water in there. We've had a drought and then all of a sudden rain. In our coop, which is pretty big, I think it's 6 by 8 maybe, coop, and then it's got an extended run on both sides that can be enclosed. We don't really close up our chickens. We have not had a problem with aerial predators, and then, you know, and we haven't had any problems with anything getting in the run, aside from one snake that we caught this year. But we have 14 ducks. How many chickens you think we're down to? 60?
I think we're in the 70s, huh?
60 or 70. And this seems to work well for us. Next, moving on to our gardens. How much growing space you think we got, square footage wise?
Well, all this was 3,000 square feet.
So this is where we started in this area. It didn't always look like this. I'm going to do another video on how we started versus where we are now. But we have this raised bed garden. We just actually put this raised bed garden in this spring. These two gardens together are 3,000 square feet. Plus we just added an in-ground garden over here. Now we have ripped up pretty much all of our summer crops, except these cucumbers, some okra plants, and some pepper plants. Now this is not the most beautiful homestead tour we do.
This is the I'm over it season.
August is the I'm over it season. Plus we had a big drought, and then now we have a lot of rain, so getting in here with the mower is not going to happen. We have a chicken shuttle that runs all the way around this first garden to help semi take care of the weeds. Did it help you?
Slightly. I got, like I said, when I'm done with this fence, I should have more where I could do some lanes and then let the chickens have at it.
You can see the really big angle of our chicken run. This is the coop, the run, and then they have all around that a big area to forage.
I need to get all this scored away and get that. This bed's falling apart big time. There ain't nothing left to it. It's all just falling. I need to get that thing built. It's gonna be fun redoing it. Look, I've had this dripping on this to keep this thing going for a while. It's my drip irrigation.
Oh, shush. We also do compost tea right here to help in the garden. We have a pear tree, we have 2 peach trees. I know, we've got strawberries. And we've got blackberries as far as our fruit is concerned. And then I don't think I walked by the old or the new in-ground garden, but that's it back there. Now, all of those woods back there are not ours. That's a neighbor's. They do run goats back there.
Let's go feed the pan chicken. Happy pig. Just a happy pig.
So what would you say to people that don't think they have enough land?
You have enough.
You just got to
Everyone says it. If you're not doing what you can on what you got, then you're not going to do it when you have 10 acres. It's just, it's a fact.
So what do you think the biggest struggle is with small amount of land?
Getting creative. I mean, you know, it's hard to get creative and think outside the box if you don't know, because, I mean, I'll watch YouTube videos and see what other people are doing and co-opt some of their ideas, because, I mean, some people have great ideas, so. Well, first we just started with chickens, and then I decided to start with back to Eden style gardening.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kept expanding from there, because then I found a guy with wood chips and he just kept giving them to me and giving them to me, and I kept picking them up, just taking them. I had loaded up the trailer. I don't know how many trailers I unloaded myself.
Yeah.
That's a pain in the butt. I won't do that anymore.
So we started off with 1 duck and 5 chicks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Mama brought home.
Mm-hmm. And then those got eaten by our dog.
Yeah.
So we had to replace
No,
them.
not those. It was the second batch we got.
The brooder inside the...
That was the second batch.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can do it. 0.73 of an acre. We have between 60 and 70 birds, 3 gardens now, a pig, and we grow about 100 meat birds a year just on this. And this is just the side and back of our property. We do have some front yard too. But he ain't touching it. Well, I hope this gave y'all some inspiration. You can do it. You just, like Justin said, have to be creative. So that's a glimpse into our small scale homestead. We'll see y'all later. Bye.